Let's bring in the victorious head coach of the Cowboys, Jason Garrett. My favorite moment yesterday was Dak, his dance being impersonated by Zeke in the end zone. Coach, how unique? Did you have a Dak Prescott pregame movement or routine like that?
Nothing quite like that.
So that one is.
I think we all have a little bit of a pregame or warm-up routine, but I think it's pretty unique.
Coach, let's talk about the level at which Dak is playing. What is he doing? Is this just him playing out of his mind right now, or is it something that we could see as a consistent level throughout the rest of the year? He's been amazing.
Well, football is a team game, and we had some success in the passing game yesterday, but it starts up front. I thought our guys did an excellent job protecting for Dak. He had time back there. I thought they blocked their front well. We handled the pressures for the most part fairly well. So it starts with those guys. He had a comfortable place to throw the ball. I think the guys outside did an excellent job making plays for him. Tight ends consistently made plays. The backs made plays, and obviously he's seeing the field and going to the right guy. And we're at our best when we're doing that. We're attacking different ways, and different guys are getting the football, and he's reading things out and throwing it to the right guy. And there's no question he's done that really well over the course of this year and really over the course of his career. And he's playing at a very high level right now.
Coach, Pam Oliver said coming out of the half that you had told her that if the Detroit's going to try to stop the run, that you guys are going to pass. Has there been sort of a shift where now this is almost a pass-first team? I know you like to stay balanced, but this is a team that's looking to pass and establish the pass, not necessarily just establish the run.
Oh, I don't think that's changed at all. From day one since I've been here, that's always been the approach. You want to be able to attack different ways. And you want to be able to run the ball, you want to be able to throw the ball, and you want to be persistent trying to do both. And if teams are geared up to stop one or the other, you have to be able to bludgeon them and get after them, doing the other thing. And we have a lot of different expressions we use in our building to do that. And that's not to say that we're going to just throw it. We're going to continue to try to run, keep them honest. And one of the reasons you get great opportunities in the passing game is because they're so geared up to stop the run. They know that we're committed to run the football, and that's how it works. But over the course of the ball game, you have to understand what's working for you and what you can attack, and you keep attacking it, and you keep attacking it over and over and over again. There have been games where it's been the flip side. Teams are playing coverage against us, and we're going to hand it, we're going to hand it, we're going to hand it. And that's when we play our best offense, being able to do both. And then you adjust as you go, and you continue to try to attack the vulnerabilities of the defense, and you keep playing to your strengths. And I think we did a good job of that yesterday.
Coach, what factors in to your decision of Tony Pollard usage from week to week?
We like to get Tony out there. We really do. We like to get him a series in each of the halves. We like to spell Zeke when we have longer drives. We have certain plays that are Tony Pollard plays that we have in the game plan every week, and we really try to execute that just like we would at any position. We have a plan for how we're playing our defensive linemen, how we're playing our linebackers, our DBs, our receivers, our tight ends. It's all throughout our team. And, Tony's been someone who's done a really good job for us. And sometimes the situation in games or just the way the game goes, allows us to have more opportunities to do that or maybe some fewer opportunities. And, he certainly has been an impactful player for us when he's gotten his chances. Did a really good job yesterday in the game.
Jason Garrett with us every Cowboys Monday here on 105.3 The Fan. Are some of the issues on defense actually fixable, Coach, or is there a point in time in a season, we're 10 games in, where you're like, hey, we know what we are on defense, we may just have to score 30 or 35 to win?
I wouldn't characterize it like that at all. I think we're one of the better teams at keeping the scores down. I think we're probably in the top 10 or so, keeping scores. I don't know what we're giving up, 16, 17, 18 points a game. I don't know. I think it's under 20. So I think we've played good defense at different times this year. And obviously our defense, just like our offense and our special teams and every aspect of our team, we have to get better. There's a million things in the game yesterday that we have to improve upon all throughout our team. I thought the biggest issue in the game yesterday for us defensively was the quarterback run. And, we knew that coming in that this might be a zone read type game where they would, hand the ball inside, or if we collapsed down on it, the quarterback would pull it. We knew it would be a game where they'd run some nakeds. We knew it would be a game where the quarterback would just simply try to get out of the pocket and make plays. He's a very talented guy. He's big and he's fast. Driscoll's a guy we had at the Senior Bowl, so we knew what his strengths were and what he would try to play to. And I don't think we did a good enough job on a consistent basis throughout the game, hemming him in, keeping him in the pocket. He hurt us too much with his feet. He hurt us too much extending plays. So I thought that was the biggest issue, and that was the big challenge going into the game. So when we play a quarterback like this, we have to do a better job of that. This week's challenge will be different than that. It'll be a quarterback who'll be more in the pocket, and he presents his own sets of challenges. So we got to be on the screws. So every week there's things we have to improve upon in every part of our team. There were some good things in the game that we'll hopefully build on and then correct the other stuff.
Do you have any major injuries that you'll get further info about today? Anyone in particular you're worried about? Guys seem to drop really fast there in the second half in about 5 plays.
Yeah, Anthony Brown hurt his tricep, so we'll find out more about that today. L.C. Collins hurt his knee again, so we'll find out more about that today. I'm trying to think who else. Xavier Woods dislocated his finger, but he was able to return, and I think that was it. Those are the 2 biggest ones that we got to keep our eye on.
And Tank?
Yeah, he seems to be doing okay.
Okay. Jason Garrett right here on 105.3 The Fan. Jane Slater yesterday reported that you felt the need to have a meeting with the team on Thursday just to go over, reset, responsibility, accountability. Did that happen, Coach? And what can you tell us about how unusual that was in terms of a frequency standpoint or what you felt like you needed to say to the guys?
Yeah, guys, we're focused on today and the challenge this week with New England, and we typically keep that stuff in-house. So I have really no comment on that.
Coach, what is your relationship like with Bill Belichick? Dating back when? How often do you guys get together, have the chance to talk?
Well, I obviously have a tremendous amount of respect for him. He's probably the greatest coach that's ever coached our game, and just have so much admiration and respect from him from afar. I've gotten to know him through the years, and we've developed a really nice friendship. I've had a chance to see him in the summertime the last couple of years, and have had some good talks with him. But he's always been so great to me, and I hold him in the highest regard, as a coach and as a person, and I really appreciate our friendship.
Coach, I know that every week it presents its own challenges, but do you view facing a Belichick-Brady team as like a unique challenge to challenge yourself? How measuring yourself against one of the all-time great coaches?
Well, again, I think he is probably the all-time greatest coach, and Tom Brady is probably the all-time greatest football player. So obviously, what they've done speaks for itself. It's unprecedented in our league and probably in any sport, the span of success they've had and the excellence they've had over the last 20 years. So, again, hold those guys in the highest regard, have great respect for both of them as coaches, as players, and as people. Just think the absolute world of them. The biggest thing we try to do is focus on us and focus on what we do need to do each day to prepare to go play our best game, regardless of who the opponent is, when we're playing and where we're playing, any of that. So that'll continue to be our approach, and hopefully that'll give us the best chance to play our best football game on Sunday.
Is there something that you've been able to take from Bill and applied it to the Cowboys in some of your discussions or conversations with him, something that you're like, wow, that's really unique, that's really something different that you were able to borrow or implement?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to comment on that, but every time I get a chance to visit with someone like that, you certainly want to try to learn from the experience. And again, he's been so gracious and so generous to me, and I appreciate our friendship.
Coach, a big day for Michael Gallup. Of course, the anniversary of the passing of his brother. What can you say about that performance along with Randall Cobb? It looks like Amari's still banged up, but you have Cobb and you have Gallup on a very, very what had to be a tough day, really step up in the passing game.
Yeah, I actually think they're 2 separate issues. Someone asked me about it after the game, and I just have so much admiration for Michael as a person and how he handled that situation. I can't imagine what he was going through, what his family was going through, and he just handled it so beautifully with so much grace. Last year, and I just was so impressed by him as a person and the character he has and his family and how they all came together around this tragedy. And he's just handled everything so beautifully, since then. And obviously we've talked a lot about how he continues to grow and develop as a player. And he certainly did a great job for us yesterday. And regarding Randall Cobb, Randall's just a really good player, and he's helped us immensely. He brings so much to the table, and we're really lucky we have him. Made a number of big plays in the ball game yesterday, some tough catches, some big-time plays throughout the game that made a big difference in the game.
Coach, last couple games, Zeke's got less than 3 yards a carry. Certainly for him, that's way, way down. Have teams done stuff to try to stop him? Have they done anything different, or what can you guys do to get him going again?
Yeah, obviously teams are really focusing on stopping our run, and they think that's an important way to slow us down offensively. And they've given a lot of attention to Zeke and what we're doing in the running game. A lot of people around the line of scrimmage. So again, we want to be persistent trying to run the ball, but at the same time, we're certainly willing to go attack him in the air, and we've been able to do that pretty successfully the last couple of weeks.
Looking back in hindsight, Coach, was there Zeke rust from a lack of training camp, or he's as good to go physically as we've always seen him? Has it taken extra time for him to knock off some of the rust? We always debate how much, camp and conditioning matters for a guy like Zeke versus training on his own.
Zeke's a hell of a football player, and I don't know if you guys watched the game yesterday, but he made a great play on the screen pass and did a number of really other good things in the game. A lot of tough, dirty 3, 4, 5, 6 yard runs, and that's how we look at it. That's how we evaluate the guy. I know everyone outside here gets caught up in different kind of numbers, and they want to focus on different things each week. But we just watch him play, and he plays the game at a really, really high level each week and takes advantage of his opportunities. And again, if teams are going to be so focused on him and slowing him down, we'll just try to beat them in a lot of different ways. And again, I thought we've done a good job of that the last couple of weeks.
Coach, we appreciate the time. It was a 20-year goal of mine since college to get into the most difficult restaurant in the country. But by name dropping you and Dino, Chef Dino's listening in New York for the big Rayo's get, so I was able to finally get in there. So I need to thank you by extension there.
Well, I know for a fact that dropping my name didn't get you in there, so you probably had something else going. Seriously, how'd you get in there?
Actually, I told him, I was asking him, he loves the Giants, and he's like, yeah, I know Jason. So I was like, all right, I'll bring up Jason's name years ago in an interview, and I sent it to him, and I think it may have carried some weight. Yeah, they didn't throw me out until after the appetizers, so at least I stepped foot in there, and then they said, all right, no more Garrett treatment.
Yeah, did you have fun?
It was awesome. It was fantastic. It matched the hype, which I thought was going to be impossible.
Was Nicky the Vest there?
He was. He was not bartending, but he was sitting at the bar. So you're obviously very familiar, Coach. So I appreciate it.
At some point over a couple of lemonades, I'll tell you a few Rayo stories.
All right. Well, you don't want to get – they may get you somewhere you don't want to be.
I want to have some lemonade.
Yeah, that's right. Some lemonade. Thank you, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
That's good stuff. Take care.